Imagine what it's like to flee from your home as a child with war raging around you. Imagine leaving everything you've known behind and entering into a country without your loved ones. Imagine the fear, the hopelessness that must overwhelm the mothers and grandmothers fleeing alone with their children. This is what it felt like for Syrian families seeking refuge in Lebanon. Lebanon, a country that was already providing refuge to over 500,000 Palestinians who were displaced in 1948. A country that was already buckling with economic and political instability. Safe Spaces Lebanon was born out of the essential need to help aid and provide psychosocial support and education for Syrian refugee children and their families. Children who did not have an avenue for education. Safe Spaces Lebanon has fostered a stabilizing presence in the face of fear and despair. Safe Spaces Lebanon employs refugees as teachers, expands the safety, health, and dreams of a whole community impacted by crisis. Just a couple of years into our work in Lebanon, the country was hit with yet another crisis. In 2020, on top of a global pandemic, there was a massive explosion at the port of Beirut. Nearly 200 people were killed and more than 6,000 injured. Safe Spaces Lebanon immediately sprung to action, raising money and assisting with cleanup, and still to this day currently provides supplies and support for a food kitchen and a community center in Beirut. The impact of this compounding crisis and our involvement in the response and relief efforts led us to recognize and value this community center and kitchen. And now, this year, Safe Spaces Lebanon Community Center and Garden has opened in Saida, just blocks from the educational center that we already have there. We are now able to provide meals for students, families, and the broader community who are all affected by the compounding crisis of displacement, poverty, and war. Our commitment at Safe Spaces is to be present, to listen deeply to the needs of those that we meet, and to receive and advocate for those impacted by the crisis. We are able to do this only through the generous support of people like you. Be a part of the solution and give generously to help us expand our reach and help even more people as this crisis continues to evolve. This is a season of giving, and your gift can make a difference. For $80, you can feed a student for an entire month. For $280, you can teach and feed a student for a month. Heck, for $32,000, you can sponsor Safe Spaces Kitchen for a whole year. Thank you for your consideration in supporting Safe Spaces Lebanon in your year in giving. Imagine what your gift could do for a child.